What's up, loves? Welcome to the world of Simi Sun. I am Ashanti Simi Sun Bragg. You can call me Simi Sun. You can call me Simi. So, I just want to talk about journaling. I talk about journaling, and I just been out here. I like to come out in nature and journal. I like to journal in my bed. I like to journal when I'm out at a spot, a coffee shop. Oh my gosh, I love a coffee shop. Give me some tea, something like that, or even a nice latte. It's just a vibe. So this is just raw. We just gonna flow, I felt and feel guided to just express more of myself. So in journaling today, what I'm talking about at this exact moment is just what I've been journaling about, right? Is just freedom of expression, freedom of emotion. How journaling really allows me to come through. Journaling really allows me to just express. I have so many journals. I have journaled since middle school, probably before that, elementary school. Writing is so important to me, just written expression, whether it be as an author, whether it be as somebody who is a songwriter, such as myself, writing songs, writing lyrics, writing poetry, just writing your feelings, you know what I mean? I think it's so powerful, and it's really been my saving grace, especially in times where it might not, where it's just safe, where it might not always feel safe to say what we want to say out loud, say what I want to say out loud. So I just want to talk about how helpful journaling has been to me personally, and to hopefully, inspire or, add to the spark that you have within yourself if you've been thinking about journaling, or if you have been thinking about just different ways that you can support your mental wellness. Journaling is a great way to go. So, one, there is the connection that we have with our hearts and our hands, right? So that connection is, anybody who's familiar with the chakras, your heart chakra and your hand chakra is connected. I read that in a book called Your Auras and Your Chakras. And by, I forget her name, something with a K, McLaurin, something. You can look that up in your own time either way. It's really, once I saw that, I was like, that makes so much sense, because we know about, one of the classic symptoms of heart attack or having this, stroke or anything like that, that's related to the cardiovascular system, is when you have that tingle in your arms. They often tell you that. So I was like, that makes absolute sense. So with that in mind, I was like, that's why journaling is so helpful. That's why journaling is so supportive. Because when you write, right? When I write with my hands and put it on that paper, I'm getting whatever was in my heart out onto the page. So that's why writing is great for manifestation. We know it's the thousands and millions probably of videos all on YouTube and all types of social media platforms. All types of books been written about it before social media was even thought about how to write out your blessings and writing it down, and how that cultivates and nourishes and supports your manifestation. It's coming together with more of a quickness. However, I'm not really here at this moment to necessarily talk about manifestation. I just want to talk about being here, being present. How mindfulness supports, that's another thing. Mindfulness supports with being present. Because when I write, I give myself permission to not judge myself. I give myself permission to just accept whatever comes out on that page. I give myself permission to just, however nasty it may seem, however rude it might appear, however, judgmental of myself or others it may be at that moment, I just allow myself to get it out. And what I love about it is I can go through layers, you know, I can go through waves of that, and I can come back and see, oh, okay, you know, this is how I was feeling at this moment. And then the best part of that is this is how I am now. This is how I came through that. Like, because I kept so many journals, and I have that habit of keeping my journals, I'm able to look back sometimes when I feel like, yo, it just ain't, the thing ain't happening. What's the momentum, or nothing is working, or whatever, you know, all of those lies, all of those false intrusive thoughts that somehow those false intrusive thoughts, as I'm being mindful of my words, right, of inadequacy, I think that's the word, of that. So when that comes through, I'm able to go back and look at a journal and say, yo, first and foremost, I'm a person who believes, who knows that the foundation of wealth, of abundance, is feeling good about self, is loving myself, is having love radiate through me naturally. Okay? Oh, look at that. It's a turtle. Oh my goodness. Yes, turtle. Okay. Popping up. I see you. So right as I say that, just seeing that love radiate through me naturally. I'm out here on the water, coming, you know, I come to pull up in my spot. I love the water. I love the woods. I love the trees. So yeah, that's really beautiful to me. Let me see what time it is. I'm one of them. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna just leave it. I'm gonna leave it because it ain't coming up right now. I'm gonna leave it. So just let it flow. I'm gonna just go with the flow. And I believe that that's important, right? What was I saying? Being in my shell, letting joy radiate through me, and just appreciating things like seeing a turtle come out of the water. Like, those things are important. We all know that as beautiful as having money is, okay, as beautiful as having material things are, trust and believe, you know what I'm saying, that's okay to have that, to even want those things. At the same time, we know that there are plenty of stories of people who have material gain, who have material things, and they're not happy people. We see it all the time on the news, where we see people who quote unquote rule countries and all this type of stuff, and they ain't got no peace. You know, people like to call them the powers that be. I don't even get that type of power to that type of energy. I'm the power that be. And although I think the more of us, you know, cultivate and honor that power, then that type of stuff, that whole paradigm is dying. Some of it's already gone. It's already dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. I'll get into it another time, maybe. The point is, being able to write allows me to see, yo, I've come a long way. I've come a long way in feeling good about myself. I've come a long way since I wrote that entry that wasn't like just scribbled, like, or just took up so much space because I was just so mad. I didn't care about writing inside the lines or none of that. Like, I let myself have those times. So writing allows me to express all of the emotions, the anger. It also allows me to express emotions of gratitude. And usually what happens is I come back to a place of solace. I come back to a place of solace, a place of peace, and just gratitude, you know. That's definitely something that, you know, I would want to talk about more, is just different types of journaling prompts and just different types of ways to journal. For now, though, you know what we talk about so far: journaling as a ways of self-expression, journaling as a ways to see how far we've come, what we're doing, and journaling also as a ways to just be. It's not always about writing the longest entry. You know, I tend to write long entries. I also have some times where I don't. Sometimes a journal just might be this. I do and done. And I might come back and build on it, or I may not. So that's another thing. I think sometimes people might feel like, oh, I'm not much of a writer. Sometimes it might not even be writing. Sometimes it might just journal, you know, drawing something real quick. And trust me, I do not consider myself to be an avid drawing artist. However, it ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? I think my art is dope. And I've come a long way in that, because I used to really beat myself up in that area. So now it's just like, you know what? My art is dope, whatever it is, whatever it looks like. Just allowing myself to be. Sometimes I might just draw a little face, or just drawing a heart after my things, just drawing little symbols. You know what I'm saying? So journaling as a means of getting what's in the heart out onto the paper. A lot of times what comes